Have you ever heard of a story so strange, so profound, it feels like it's from another world? A story that appears just for a moment in the vast tapestry of ancient texts, yet leaves an echo that resounds through millennia. Today, we journey back in time, to the dusty crossroads of history and faith, to unravel the enigma of a man who defies all explanation, Melchizedek, the priest king of Salem. Our story begins in the aftermath of a fierce battle. The patriarch Abraham, weary but victorious, is returning from rescuing his nephew Lot. As he travels through the valley, a figure emerges from the gates of a mysterious city called Salem. This isn't just any man. He carries with him bread and wine, ancient symbols of hospitality and sustenance. His name is Melchizedek. The text tells us he is both a king and a priest of God Most High. Imagine the scene: the great patriarch Abraham, a man who spoke directly with God, bowing before this stranger. It's a moment charged with significance, a transfer of honor that hints at a hierarchy we don't fully understand. Melchizedek blesses Abraham, saying, "Blessed be Abraham by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth. And praise be to God Most High, who delivered your enemies into your hand." In response, Abraham does something extraordinary. He gives Melchizedek a tenth of everything he has, the first recorded tithe in the Bible. This isn't a tax or a tribute, it's an act of profound reverence. Abraham recognizes a spiritual authority in Melchizedek that surpasses his own. But who is this man to whom even the father of nations pays homage? The text is tantalizingly silent. After this brief, powerful encounter, Melchizedek vanishes from the narrative, as mysteriously as he appeared. He leaves behind more questions than answers. For centuries, scholars and theologians have wrestled with the identity of this priest king. Where did he come from? What was this city of Salem, which many believe was the ancient precursor to Jerusalem, the city of peace? The name Melchizedek itself is a clue. In Hebrew, it means "my king is righteousness." And as the king of Salem, or peace, he is also the king of peace. Righteousness and peace, personified in one individual. He wasn't part of the established Levitical priesthood that would come later through Abraham's descendants. He existed outside of it, before it, and, as some texts suggest, above it. This is where the mystery deepens, taking us from a historical account to a profound theological puzzle. The book of Hebrews in the New Testament revisits Melchizedek, and it's here that his true, staggering significance is unveiled. The author describes him as being without father or mother, without genealogy, without beginning of days or end of life. Resembling the Son of God, he remains a priest forever. Let that sink in. No recorded birth, no death, no family line. In a culture obsessed with lineage and ancestry, Melchizedek stands alone, an eternal figure. This description is unlike anyone else in the scriptures. It elevates him from a mere historical character to a symbol of eternity, a prefigurement of something, or someone, much greater. This eternal nature is what makes him the template for a different kind of priesthood. The Levitical priests of ancient Israel inherited their office through bloodline. They were born into it, served for a time, and then they died. Their priesthood was temporary, passed from one generation to the next. But Melchizedek's priesthood is described as permanent, unending. The writer of Hebrews uses this unique, eternal priesthood to explain the nature of Jesus Christ. The argument is that Christ is not a priest in the line of Aaron and the Levites. His authority comes from a higher, more ancient order, the order of Melchizedek. He is the ultimate king of righteousness and king of peace. Think about the implications. If Melchizedek is a type, a foreshadowing of Christ, then his appearance to Abraham was a glimpse of God's ultimate plan of salvation, centuries before it was fully revealed. The bread and wine he offered weren't just a meal. They were a prophetic symbol of the Eucharist, the communion that would become central to Christian faith. His blessing of Abraham established a spiritual lineage that transcends earthly bloodlines. It's a priesthood based not on ancestry, but on divine appointment and eternal character. This connection recasts the entire Old Testament narrative, showing that the story of Christ was being woven into the fabric of history from the very beginning. So, who was he really? The theories are as fascinating as the man himself. Some early Jewish and Christian traditions believed Melchizedek was Shem, the righteous son of Noah, who would have been alive during Abraham's time. This would explain his authority and longevity. Others have proposed he was an angel, a celestial being sent to meet Abraham at that pivotal moment. And then there's the most profound theory, that Melchizedek was not just a prefigurement of Christ, but a pre-incarnate appearance of Christ himself, what theologians call a Christophany. Could it be that the Son of God walked the earth as the King of Salem, meeting the very man through whom his earthly lineage would eventually be traced? Each theory opens up a new dimension to the story, a new way of understanding God's interaction with humanity. But perhaps the power of Melchizedek lies not in a definitive answer, but in the enduring mystery. He is a divine interruption in the flow of human history. He appears, realigns everything, and disappears, leaving us to contemplate the nature of God, time, and eternity. He shows us that God's plan is vaster and more intricate than we can imagine, operating on a timeline that stretches far beyond our limited view. He is a reminder that there are spiritual realities and authorities that exist outside our familiar structures. The story of Melchizedek is a challenge to our need for neat categories and complete information. He is a testament to the fact that faith often means embracing the mystery, trusting in the fragments of revelation we are given. His brief appearance is like a lightning flash in the dark, illuminating a landscape of profound truth for just a moment before plunging us back into wonder. He is the eternal priest, the King of righteousness and peace, a figure who stands at the crossroads of history, inviting us to look deeper, to question more, and to marvel at the boundless mystery of the divine. What do you think? Was he a man, an angel, or something more? The silence of the scriptures on his origins is perhaps the loudest statement of all, pointing us away from the man himself and toward the eternal priesthood he represents. His legacy is not a biography, but a prophecy fulfilled, an eternal order that continues to offer grace and peace to all who seek it. Thank you for joining me on this journey into one of history's greatest mysteries. If you enjoy exploring the hidden corners of history and faith, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives. Let me know your theories about Melchizedek in the comments below. Until next time, keep questioning.